got this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you, and there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. We can do what we wanna do, 'cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. Doesn't matter if we make mistakes, which I can promise that we'll do. Just hold my hand and we will be okay. Yeah, it's true, 'cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Hello. Happy Monday, squaddies. How is everyone? How is everyone today? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I do apologize. How is everyone? I do apologize. I do have a cold, as you can probably hear. It's my first cold in like 2.5 years. How weird is that? But it's not a bad one, so please do bear with me as I sniffle, sneeze, and might blow my nose. But if I do have to blow my nose, though, like I'll just put it on mute for a little bit. But welcome everybody to Monday's podcast. Let's see who's here. Today is I'd love to make today a longer one because good things to talk about, obviously, but I do have to make it quite short. So we won't be longer than half an hour. So please don't feel bad if I miss your comments. So let's see who's here. Hello, Polena, Cookies and Cream. Heather does. Rosa, hi. Kay Castillo. Happy Monday to you. Teresa, hi. Hi, Lydia. Sonia. Marikota, hello. Rosa Roberts. Margaret. C-Mac, hi. See, hi, Elaine, Alita. Mary Ann. Hello, Dolores. Sistren, hi. I love how acquainted you all are with each other as well. Josephine, hi. Welcome to the live. Oh, Elaine Parker, did you upgrade to Silver Squaddy? Hello. Did you upgrade or you just joined? Whichever. Thank you so much for being a member. Rahini, Cinderella, hi. Oh. Cinderella mask got called away. Yeah, probably did. And distancing as well. Fancy, hello. Patricia Nixon, Faith. Chief Dilly, hi. You caught alive, yeah. Do you know what, guys and dolls? I can't wait for the day that I finally get like a proper HD camera setup and you can have like my face on one half of the screen and then like all of the commentary and stuff on the other half of the screen, like a proper live podcast. I can't wait for that day. We will get there. It's a journey, but we're all on it together. And I have to actually like do a full face of makeup so I don't look like a hot mess. Okay, I think all the main culprits are here. 340 in the chat. Thumbs up, everyone. So let's get started. So yes, tongues out and smiling because it has been confirmed by a Sussex spokesperson that Meghan will join Harry for at least the first few days of the Invictus Games. And this was confirmed. The Duchess of Sussex will join Prince Harry at the Invictus Games in The Hague for the first few days, says a spokesperson for the couple. The international competition will take place in The Hague, Netherlands, from the 16th to 22nd of April. After being delayed by the pandemic, Meghan made her first appearance at an official engagement attended by Harry on the 24th September 2017 when she attended the Invictus Games opening ceremony in Toronto, Canada, although the pair sat a couple seats apart. But there was pretty much confirmation that they were dating, and it's good to know that Meghan will be there. I don't know if the kids will be there, but I can imagine for security reasons, I'll probably wait. Or we'll just have to wait and see if the kids do show. But great to see Meghan, and can't wait to see what she's wearing. And it should be an absolute ball. So that's top news story of today. And of course, we know who's out there waiting in the wings, pretending that they didn't go all the way to a country that is, at the moment anyway, colder and windier than the UK, pretending that they're going on holiday. Chris Ship, we know your real motive, dude. So I guess, I mean, I still don't know what he thinks he's going to get out of going there, because I doubt he'll get access. I doubt he'll get any more or less access he would have gotten if he just stayed at home, and that's pretty much going to be photographs released through the press and press releases released through Invictus. So I don't know. I think he's just, but obviously the royal rota is desperate, and this is what's currently going on with the athletes getting ready. You've got athletes from South Korea there, athletes from, I think that's who's this from? Oh, Romania. And then you've also got the Invictus volunteers there. They had a session with all of the Invictus volunteers. So, and all of these people and participants and sponsors and officials, they know that this is Harry's doing. This is Harry's creation, and I really do think that this is going to be the biggest Invictus game so far. And what a long way we've come from this. And if only Harry's family had supported him, they would all be enjoying this right now. And as per usual with the royal family, it can only be the king and the heir, or sorry, future and the future, that can take the spotlight, which is just ridiculous. Because what are they left with now? Nothing, nothing exciting to look forward to. We've had disastrous royal tour with William and Catherine, and Charles and Camilla are are going to go to Canada in May. So I don't expect Canada to start, ruffling any feathers and declare that they're going to remove the Queen as head of state. Certainly not while the Queen is still alive. But Charles and Camilla are set to visit Canada, and while Canadian officials may not ruffle any feathers, it will be interesting to see Canadian public will. I don't know how strong anti royal sentiment is in Canada, but I guess we're going to find out. Let's see what you're saying. Hello, if you're just joining us, please do hit that thumbs up button. Rahini, I can't wait to see them. Is it true that you can watch the opening ceremony on ESPN? I'm still trying to get details on where you can actually watch it. I find it incredible that Invictus keeps tweeting out stuff, but they're not actually saying where you can watch it. And even on the Invictus website, I'm finding it very difficult to actually find information on, sorry, where you can watch it. So I'll keep an eye on that, and I will let you know. Andrew and Chris Ship is going to Harry's territory now. Team Harry will be watching. Sure, they will be. I'm sure security will have been told and given names and faces of all of the Royal Road Tour, or anyone who's trying to gate crash. And, this is the current situation. No one, British media are they're looking at the Netherlands at the moment, but usually they're looking over at Montecito, because let's just face it, nothing particularly interesting happening with the other royals. Who on earth is Tina Brown? I don't know who that is. Is she a troll? Lita, looks like they're doing it big in the Netherlands. Absolutely, they are. Sierra, Chris went, realized that there is no way to gain access and return to the UK from breadcrumbs. Oh, is he back? I didn't know he was back. Oh, so he is back. See, I'm not. You guys, I should just let you all do the podcast one day, because it's not like I follow Chris Ship to know. But okay, Miss P talks. Chris Ship is back into the UK. He was on alert, so he was on lunchtime news today, giving his 2 pence about the Queen and her Mr. C situation. Is the Queen still having a Mr. C situation? I thought that was gone. Very weird. He was on the ITV6 news today. Oh, you guys are good. You're keeping a closer eye on things than I am. Josephine, I'm not going to post your comment onto the screen, but I do agree with you. Yes, Chris Ship does look the way you just described him. Oh, hello, Thrive with Meghan and Harry. How are you, darling? Clara, it depends which part of Canada. They might go to a friendly province. Well, from what I understand, they have not published their tour schedule. And that might be because they're afraid of the reaction and what they might be met with. Black Queen, so they went to Ireland and had fun, so hopefully Canada throw cold water on the reptilian faces. Oh, Black Queen, tell us what you really think. Libel, the UK tabloids, media, and royal rodents are all out trying to make the Sussexes look bad. They're desperately trying to promote Skull and Bones, especially after the Caribbean. I mean, if it was just me, I would lay quiet, let everybody forget or bring out one of your many secret weapons. I take no credit for this. It was actually a squaddy that highlighted this. All of their secret weapons. Lady Louise Windsor, Sophie of Wessex, um, little Mia Tyndall, um, Kate was also billed a royal secret weapon, and at one point, Princess Charlotte. I you know how I feel about the royal kids being brought into this drama. I don't like the way they're adultizing the Cambridge kids. But yeah, the firm needs to make up their mind as to who exactly is the secret weapon. Because I thought the Magnificent Seven or the Magnificent Eight or the Marvelous Nine or whatever it was meant to be the secret weapon. And we haven't heard anything about that since. Um, People Sexiest Man Alive magazine, the Daily Fair would go nuts. And that is probably the very reason that People magazine will vote him the sexiest man alive, especially after William was voted sexiest baldy. Plena, I thought Krishit was on holiday. Exactly. That was a very short holiday. It was a very short holiday. Harry told us that he will not talk to the rags. Exactly. Harry and Meghan let it be known in their statement, and they luckily which publications they weren't talking to. It was the Sun, the Daily Fail, and the Telegraph. Basically, everybody within the Royal Roto Studios. So I think we have to be very mindful, guys and dolls, and just always remember if it doesn't come from a Sussex spokesperson, then just ignore. Thank you so much, Nutty Doctor. The BBC will broadcast it in the UK as stated in Google. Oh, thank you very much for that. Vinnie Blair, anti-royal sentiment in Canada is high amongst Commonwealth immigrants, Native peoples, Quebec, the French province, and Liberals. Most of the rest don't care. Yeah, I can imagine most people are probably, it's just like background noise for them. Amy, the royal family are pushing forward regardless, but they are outmoded, outdated, and totally out of the league of Harry and Meghan. Agree with that. Just goes to show that they did co-sign the racism, silence as complicity. Yeah, and they've really just said nothing about it, and they're hoping that it will all go away. And in the meantime, you've got things like this coming out. So it turns out that the photos of the Queen and Randy Andy were originally banned from Philip's memorial. And in this article stating that a week after Prince Philip's memorial, it was revealed that those Queen Elizabeth and Prince Andrew photos were not supposed to be taken at the ceremony. At the time, the Queen's disgraced son was seen escorting his mother back to his seat before Philip's memorial began. The Times photographer Richard Pole was the only person allowed to take pictures of the monarch's late husband memorial. So it was a very controlled event. According to Pole, Buckingham Palace officials didn't allow him to take pictures of the Queen before she sat in her seat. However, in a newsworthy attempt, the photographer managed to capture the moment in quick haste by going outside of his royal position. I mean, who in their right mind would, especially if you're a photographer in that position, why would you take those photos? That's money. And these photos were beamed across the world. The Queen putting her highly problematic son front and center. And even if these photos weren't published, it would have still been known somehow. Someone would have leaked that he escorted her and sat right at the front. Anyway, it goes on to say, how would she arrive? There was some speculation that she might arrive using a buggy or even a wheelchair. Pole justified in a statement in the Times. If I had no picture of that, I would have the entire British media asking, why not? The thing is, if they didn't want pictures of Philip's memorial, how about you just don't have the memorial? Like, just don't have the memorial. And, it still doesn't explain why if they were trying to censor the event, then have Andrew at the back. Charles and Edward, um, why she didn't have one of those escort her to the front instead. Um, it's all just very weird and obviously an attempt to censor the press. Pelena, someone from the palace will leak where they are going. Well, um, if the tour is being planned by Clarence House and that's Charles's office, then someone from Clarence House, either someone from Clarence House would have to leak, and I don't know if they would because then it would be obvious, or someone from Clarence House, I don't know, maybe leaks to Kensington Palace. I don't know. We know they like to leak and brief against each other. Thank you, Lucy. Win as always. Yes, please do thumbs up and subscribe. Patricia, Tina Brown is a royal reporter who was with Gail King reporting on Harry and Meghan's wedding. Oh, okay. Sharon Davis, secret weapon for what? Good question. Yes, Pelena, when you're desperate, you will sell your children. And we know that the royal family has a history of throwing the children under the bus, depending on where in line they are. So Harry was used as a shield for William and even Charles. So you're probably going to get a similar situation where Charlotte and Louis will be used as a shield for George. Rahini, well, they're sending Afro Annie to Australia. Did I not say? I remember, yeah, I did. I said this a couple of podcasts ago. Right now in Canada and Australia, I won't get into it, but I think we're all just vaguely aware of, shall I say, the politics going on there. So um, it's just not a good idea, I don't think, for them to be going to those two countries because those two countries are going through some things right now. And I really, oh, sorry, is my voice bouncing in and out? Um, I just don't think it's a good idea to go to those countries right now. And I think they will regret it, to be honest. Um, yeah. Rahini, why are they upset about photos? Wasn't this televised live? Yeah, I, I think what the article is trying to say was that they weren't meant to take photos. Um, I don't know. The thing is, I didn't watch the funeral, so is this suggesting that um the live the live feed didn't show the Queen walking in with Andrew? I don't know because I didn't watch the live. The London lady, they wanted to cover up the Peter Prince being there. Well, he just either shouldn't have been there or he should have been at the back. All very strange. DT, if they tried to be so deceptive during a public event like the memorial, scary to think what else they'll do. I mean, they weren't trying very hard, were they? Because look at this. I mean, three generations of mistresses under one roof. They really weren't trying that hard, were they? Vinny, Anne and hubby were in Australia riding in the same open carriage QE2 and Philip used in the 1950s. Seems to be the theme of the Jubilee is to recreate these moments. So William is okay. I don't know what the rest of your comment meant, but I hope that, especially after the Caribbean tour, they're not going to be silly enough to try and recreate any more past moments. I hope they've learned that lesson at least. Okay, let's just get to the next thing. What else was I going to mention? Oh yeah, and as I had predicted, I believe that they were trying to use Philip's memorial as a way of bringing Andrew back into the fold, back into the public's consciousness. And I think the public's consciousness, quite frankly, just wants to forget about Prince Andrew. And the more they push him in the front, I think the more they just create problems for themselves, because even the most staunch royalists at this point cannot clap back at you if you bring up Andrew. So they're just making it worse for themselves. But we know that the Times is a mouthpiece for the royals, and isn't it Roy and Nika that writes for the Times? So I don't know. I hope that they don't continue to try to push. Actually, I kind of hope that they do because they're sabotaging themselves if they continue to push Andrew to the front. Um, Miss Future, what's the funeral? Letting me know. The Queen entered from another door. She was not on the live. Thank you, guys and dolls, for being on the ball. Because as much as I try to bring you, the most up to date stuff, like there are some things that I just cannot bring myself to watch, and the memorial was one of them. So thank you for your input, Joyce. The live feed did show Andrew walking the Queen in. So why are they taking pictures? Yeah. Oh, it's all very strange. I would guess they didn't want to show a feeble Queen walking in. What do you think? Well, we discussed this on the other podcast, didn't we? That why are they being so aped about the idea of the Queen being, in a pushchair? Um, that would actually send a very good message, I think. That we don't discriminate just because you're elderly or have some kind of disability. They're very tone deaf. Okay, the last thing I wanted to mention before we wrap up, as I'm sure some of you probably heard, the Academy has banned Will Smith for 10 years. And you've got the Coons coming out saying that Will Smith must return his Oscar. When you've got all of these classy individuals that you can see here who have many Oscars and were rewarded after just disgusting behavior. So I don't know if the Oscars is trying to cancel itself, but I just don't see how this helps, because even if they have some spontaneous rating spike next year, it's still not going to get them to the levels that they were at, in the 90s. You were looking at 80, 90 plus million people watching. And I think this year, was it like something like 11 million? So even if they have a small jump next year, then what are they going to try and do to bring in the audiences again? Award shows in general are losing popularity. It's not just the Oscars. So I don't really see how this helps the Oscars in the long term. I mean, it's helped Chris Rock. His show has sold out, and Will Smith's biography is actually selling out. It's gone to the top of the charts as well. So I think the only person the only entity in this that's going to come out looking bad is the Oscars. Unfortunately, thanks to society's misogynoir, Jada has just become the whipping person for this whole thing. And I think the way in which Jada has been portrayed and treated, given that she did absolutely nothing, just speaks for, I think, how we view Black women, how we view the idea of Black women being protected and defended. There is literally no reason to bring in any kind of past issues or anything else regarding the Smiths, their marriage, and Jada. This was an incident between two men, and it should have stayed between those. The conversation should have stayed there. It should not have gone to Jada now being attacked. And of course, when this happened, you're just going to have a situation of, um, people comparing different incidences. So the other day, you had a situation at one of the NASCAR events where it was an entire punch down, like an actual punch down. And you can see people clapping back, saying things like, "How could this happen on live TV?" After seeing these thugs assault each other, I had my first nightmare since I was born. I'm afraid to leave my house. It's been 2 days and I'm still traumatized. Are we banning these dudes from NASCAR? I mean, these are some of the things that people were saying because of a small slap by Will Smith to Chris Rock. So now that we've had a whole punch down at the NASCAR, is it going to be the same reaction? So yeah, this whole incident, I think, has revealed a lot of things. But I think that Will Smith will be absolutely fine, and it's the Oscars that's going to come out looking like the bad guy in all of this, but especially when they've got all of these bad guys on their team. So that is pretty much all. I'm going to take your comments, and then we will wrap up for today. But I, as I'm sure you are very much looking forward to Invictus. And thank you for putting up with my sniffling nose today. Amy, Andrew will be on the balcony during the jubbly. He is going to ruin it again for them. They live in their own echo chamber. They're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin it for themselves, and I love this for them. I just love this for them. Joyce is backfiring on them. Bring Andrew back into the front. Andrew and Rose Hanbury stole the show. They didn't need Harry. Yeah. I mean, Rose was looking good that day. That coat and that headpiece, I'd wear it. Mary, only 2 TV broadcasts that are prior to show the Invictus Games, which are the BBC and the NOS Dutch TV. Okay. Well, it's small little steps, and hopefully it's a hit with ratings on the networks that decide to show it this year, and then at the next one, hopefully once ratings comes in, that will get other networks excited to show it on theirs when the next Invictus comes around. Sisterin, Ford Fiesta, and Uncle Pennywise. Is that what we're calling him now? Is that one of Baron's nicknames, Uncle Pennywise? Entourage. And the Grenadines and Granada. I'm sure they have. I don't think we'll be doing any Make Colonization Great Again cosplay ever again. I hope not, anyway. Actually, I kind of do because I just love the drama. Amy, I don't get all these royal books, which we know are filled with courtiers' lies. When you want the truth, you go to Harry, and his book is coming out. Yeah, well, that's probably why you've got all of these, all of these other books coming out, because they're all trying to counter Harry's book. It's not going to work though, because how many people are buying these silly fake courtier books, and how many people are going to buy Harry, Diana's son's book? So yeah, Amy, the Oscars mismanaged it all. Yeah. Joan, Duchess, people are saying the Oscars are obsolete anyway. This was the most exciting thing that happened at the Oscars in years. Exactly. They're punishing him for literally giving them the most attention they've had in the last decade or two. And, me personally, I only ever watched the Oscars red carpets. I don't think I've ever actually watched a whole. Have I ever watched the whole Oscars all the way through? I don't think I have. Like, for me, it was always about the red carpets and the dresses, because I just feel that as movie goers, as people that pay to go to see the movies, like, I am the Academy. I vote with my money. And so this whole idea that, how big is the Academy? Like, what, 6,000 people made up of different parts of the industry get to vote and get to say, what the best movies are. It just, and what the best performances were. It just never really made sense to me, to be honest. And especially now in a time of streaming and international film, it's obsolete. Um, Sister, and I hope a lot of people do not attend next year's ceremony. I hope so too. Um, I hope so too. I mean, the Golden Globes was darn near cancelled. Even though the Golden Globes is a little bit different because if you understand, if you understand the shady dealings of the Hollywood Foreign Press, you'll know that a lot of Hollywood hated the Golden Globes anyway. Hence, you haven't really heard anyone complaining that there was no Golden Globes. They had like a, they didn't even have a ceremony. They just like read out the winners this year. And so just in general, like award shows, I think are losing their luster, and they're not what they used to be because the talent is not what it used to be, especially when it comes to music shows. Mhm. Eldora, it was a memorial service. The funeral was 11 months before this. The service was a waste of time and very poorly done. Yeah, and they're of course using this to say, oh, well, Harry and Meghan are going to the Hague. Why didn't they come to the memorial? Harry went to the funeral. That's the end of that. Um, Joyce, the Oscars are not going to take Will's Oscar back. They will have to look at a whole lot of other people's Oscars that need to be taken back. Will was wrong, but Oscars was for the work. Yeah, there's a whole lot of other people that they should ban as well. I mean, if you were really going to be puritanical about this, nobody in Hollywood would be working, or hardly anyone in Hollywood would be working. Just like a bunch of very sordid people. Heaney, I do believe that a lot of award shows are actually just rigged. Teresa, the 10-year ban seems to me that Will cannot attend the ceremony. That, and he probably can't vote either if he was part of the academy. Truthfully, not sure about that. Past videos don't show Jada in a good light. And didn't she throw Will under the bus regarding the Oscar incident? She didn't stand by him. Oh, oh. Well, I'm not saying that we can't be critical of Jada for things that she's done or said, but a lot of it is just turning into vitriol. People calling her the B word, people just literally being nasty as opposed to critical, and there's a difference. And you can't really ignore the underlying misogynoir either, because I wonder if people would be talking um, like that about her if Will Smith was white and Jada was white. I do wonder what the conversation would have been like then. Actually, Doctor, I'm confused about the stories about the Beckham wedding and the Sussexes. What's your take on it? To be honest, I haven't followed the Beckham's wedding, so I have no idea. Mm. Arnold, I don't feel sorry for Chris. He was warned. Yeah, neither do I. Okay, let's wrap this up. Who's gonna give us the final word of the day? Mm. Hi. I'm gonna go inhale some Vicks vapor rub or something. uh, let's see. Teresa, that was the first Oscars I've watched in years, and you work in the industry. Oh wow. Oh, Serena and Venus were at the Beckham's wedding. That's nice. Chris Ship coming back as a prank. He will go back behind closed doors. Yeah, he probably will. Um, Okay, Denise, I'll give you the final word. Hi to everyone live in the chat. You'll have to watch the replay. But thank you everyone so much for coming and putting up with my sniffles. Hopefully I'll sound a lot less congested tomorrow. Have some honey and lemon. I will do. All right, I'll play us out. Thank you, everyone.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul.